Welcome back to the long run with your host, the one and only Piano Man. Piano Man plays better than three-stroke Charlie. Roll tide, roll, say it loud. He don't give a piss about nothing but the tide. Bama blood in his veins, got that crimson pride. F them trees, yeah, we said it out loud. And I love honeybees, now play it proud. We talking football, basketball, big time recruits. If they ballin' in the South, we lacing up the truth. Hood Piano Man plays better than three-stroke Charlie. Tougher than nails, smooth, not sorry. Roll tide, roll, it's in the soul. From Tuscaloosa to the Super Bowl, Wood Piano Man plays better than three-stroke Charlie.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you doing? Welcome to the long run with Piano Man. Well. It is finally Friday. It is warming up just a little bit, and some of us can thaw on out. Now how long this warming trend gonna last in your area? I'm not quite sure, but hope all is well with you. Hope everybody's doing well, doing good, and all that good stuff. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Okay. Oh, Bishop. Okay. Wait a minute. Y'all give me 1 minute, please. Give me 1 minute. Let me do something. There we go. There we are. Okay, we're back. Good to have everybody on speed dial. Yeah. It's Friday, everybody, and we made it. And today, but before we start, though, y'all know how I do it. Y'all forgive me. I thought I did this yesterday, but I guess because we all activated it yesterday, it went on out the window. But hey, ain't nothing, little speed dial. There we go. Now we getting it straight here. Boy, Piano Man, learning this doggone thing, man. I'm getting it together, gang. I'm like the old cartoon show. It's Piano Man. Yes, sir, Bob. Hey, good morning, Bishop. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, the chef is here. The chef
yes, sir.
The chef is
throw some
here.
fire in the chat.
Yeah, well, come on, y'all. Let's get this. We're gonna get this party started this morning. But we're gonna give a shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Today I'm gonna do something just a little bit different because I'm sort of on a time schedule today. And everything, but thankful for everyone in the chat. But good morning, Carla Hinton. What the business is, Carla? Girl, act like you know on this Friday morning what the business is. What the business is. Yes, sir, Carla Hinton, Stephen Hicks, and the Voices of No Mercy, and the
governor.
The governor is here. Good morning, Governor. Good morning, sir. William Bryant is here. Roll Tide. Moon Rocker. What's up, player? Good morning. What's up, bro? Moon Rocker. Let me see who else. Let me see. Here we go. We're gonna get it done early today. She came on up in here. So wait a minute. I'm looking for the other one. Oh, there it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, y'all know who it is. It's the queen herself. It's the queen of the honeybees. It is Latoya. What the business is, Latoya? You know what the business is. Girl, quit playing and act like you know. Yeah, Stephen is gonna roll tide to you, Latoya. Yeah, Stephen is finally gonna warm up on our end of town. Lord Jesus the Christ. It's been a doozy down here. Yeah, buddy. But it's finally going to warm up. Thank to the Lord. And we're going to go back down to the bottom of the hill. Let's see what's happening. I think that's everybody. Okay. Governor, how you doing this morning, sir? Mr. Post after your post birthday. Good morning, Gwen. What the business is, Gwen? You know, quit playing, girl. Act like you know. Good morning, and Governor, back to you, sir. How was your birthday, sir?
It was a blessing. My mother had to call me twice because she had to let me know that yesterday was literally the day I was born. You was born on a Thursday at 10:18. I will call you back. I said no problem. I'll be at work. But that's my mom, and that's the stuff that we were talking about yesterday. Not to just jump right into the combo when we was talking about these kids and what they do for their mamas. That's exactly.
Yeah.
No doubt, man.
Yeah. And you know what, Governor, and we're gonna hop right on the on our topic here this morning in just a second. But before I do that, I got to say good morning to Linda P. There she is, y'all. There she is, Linda P. Miss Linda P. What the business is, Linda P. Girl, quit playing and act like you know what the business is. Quit playing, girl. Quit playing, Linda P. Don't play with it. Be about it. Come on with it, Linda P. But Governor, yesterday I was talking to one of the players that I'm about to build a portfolio on, and he about to go into the 9th grade, and I'm gonna start early with these guys and just build a portfolio year after year, and things like that. Y'all know how we're gonna do this thing. So I asked his mom. I said, well, no, she told me he didn't know why he was playing football yet. And so, Bishop, I text back and I said, ask him who is his most important person in this world. And she texted me back and he said me. And I said, that's his why.
Why?
Yep.
I said, that's his why. His why is you. He just don't know how to articulate it yet, but I said, but you are his why. And what the governor's saying, man, and I kind of get choked up there, Governor, because I wish I still had my mom, man. Yeah. Even at the age that I am, I miss her terribly. And to hear you say that your mom called you and said, this was the day you were actually born. I mean, yesterday was actually your birthday, the day, man. And just to hear your mom say that to you, I don't blame you, Governor, when you say it was a blessing. It was a blessing.
It really is.
And I'm proud of that for you. Whether you wasn't proud or not, I'm proud of that moment for you. And for those of you that still have parents, mom or dad, mom or dad, mom and dad, mom or dad, however that runs, be thankful, because there are many of us who have nobody. All we have is the Lord and one another. But I was glad to have both of my parents for as long as I did. And Governor, so bro, big salute to you, Governor, but even bigger salute to your mom for putting up with somebody like you for all these years.
Hey, man.
Putting up with somebody like you for all these years.
I knew my mom was she was tired of me when she said, "Look, I got an air and a spare. Play with it." She
You
said,
know?
"Damn."
So shout out to Governor's mom,
Yeah,
man.
no
But,
doubt.
but Bishop, to know Governor and to know his family,
Yeah,
bro, now that's the blessing within itself. That's the blessing
yeah,
within itself, is to really know how Governor rolled and to know how his family rolled. You will have a newfound respect for just life itself, and
right.
uh having met Governor and everything, man. That's why I love him so. And met Governor something serious, man. Governor something serious. His family even crazier than he is. But you know, but man, but they're all loving people. And bro, and I love Governor and his family, Bishop, Twister, all of y'all, Coach Carl, Coach Sean, all y'all, man. I love everybody. I ain't a hateful bone in my body. But now rub me the wrong way. Now it's gonna be some repercussions,
That's a song, ain't it?
and some consequences. I ain't lying about it either. And when I get like that, I may not say a word. You just know that when I'm upside your head, that beat down gonna say everything.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
West Virginia came out last night. It came out.
It did.
I ain't seen that side before. West Virginia done came out like yesterday, boy.
hey, East Orange came out of me yesterday. I let some stuff slip just to let you know. Hey, nobody grows up in a choice. It's a choice.
Yeah, man. And so and Bishop, it didn't slip on mine. I just bust the door down.
He was delivered.
I didn't slip and do nothing.
Nah, hey, Governor, we know. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Carla, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your family, baby.
Yeah, we got you.
I see you. Let me see something. I'm gonna put this up there, please. I hope you don't. Well, you got it in the chat, but I'm gonna put it on the big screen. My husband, you know, so your mother-in-law passed away 2 weeks ago. He lost his dad in 2020. He and his mom were very close. Took something out of him. I know it. I know it. And Carla, you have our prayers. And not sure about where you live, but I'm gonna say this, Carla, and I mean this from the heart. If anything you need me to do, if you need me to come, Carla, you know, I can come and help comfort. I can come and help lend a shoulder, lend a hand. Because let me tell you something, where you all are, I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go on and just tell y'all, I had to eulogize my mom. I had to preach my mom's funeral. Y'all see what I'm saying? And no, it was not easy. And even though can I tell y'all something? This coming up, let's put it like this. The day before Mother's Day of 06, my mom passed away. May is not a good month for me, and I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but May is not the best of month for me. I lost both parents in the month of May, and both parents right around Mother's Day. So where your husband is, Carla, I've been there. Let him know Piano Man is praying for him. That if y'all need me, sis, I'll hop in the truck and I'm coming. I'll hop in the truck and coming because I know how that goes. I know how that feels. And Governor, it ain't no hearsay. That's something I personally know how that process goes. And so, Carla, we're praying. So, but let's hop to it. Today is a special informative show. An informative show. Yesterday, I asked Bishop to gather up all the information that he could, because the one thing, Bishop and Governor, that I'm tired of hearing is when we hear about players or coaches that are quote unquote free agents, if you will. Somebody will just say, well, we need to get them. We need to get them. You know, ain't nothing to it but to get them. No. There's more to it than that. And one of the big things now, y'all, is Jeremy Pruitt is up, and then you got other players that are out there. But Bishop is going to explain some things to us, and I'm going to give him the floor like right now. Just to good morning, Bobby Sprinkle. Good morning, sir.
Scan the chat. Let's make sure everybody's in.
Yes.
Put on your seatbelts.
My sissy Kimberly's here. Good morning, sissy.
Good
What the
morning.
business is, Kimberly? You know, even though you my sister, you better act like you know. Yeah, what the business is. But we're gonna yield the floor to Bishop this morning and let him take the time. And this is an informative show, and I want to talk about the financial aspect of everything that we're going through. This ain't just the Alabama thing or Oklahoma thing. This is a sports thing, because it's not only happening in football, it's happening in baseball, it's happening in basketball, it happens in sports. Bishop is he's gonna talk us through it. And Governor, if there be any questions, I'm gonna let you handle that. You and Bishop, y'all run the show today. Bishop,
hey, well, big salute first and foremost, you guys. Hey, big salute. We're thankful to be alive and be able to talk. So, with that said, a lot of people have a lot of mixed notions when it comes to this NIL kitty, and when NIL came on the scene, since I'm a financial coach, I took to it because I started seeing that, wait a minute, they ain't telling the whole story. Because what I see is that, okay, let's just say you have a kitty of $80 million. That's with your revenue, your NIL, and any type of deals that come in. Okay, we got a pot of 80 million. Well, I did a little show a while back, and I said, and understand this is a rough average. Let's just say they average 375,000 per individual, understanding there's going to be some outliers on that where you're going to have some George Seatons and Cam Coleman type of deal, but the average of 375,000. Let's say I'm gonna use us retention that we have coming back. We wanted to keep 80 players. Figure that up. Okay, now that's roughly $30 million right there, out the door, out of your kitty. Now you got your high school recruits coming in out of that same kitty. Remember, we started it with 80. But see, a lot of that kitty, when I say 30 million, some of that is going to be just the base of some of your players, because what you try to do is put accelerators in, and the accelerators ain't nothing but incentives so that you can fit the pieces of the puzzle together and stay within your budget. So when I say accelerated goes to next year's budget, not this year's budget. Okay, so accelerator, or let's call it incentives. Incentives go to next year's budget, but the base is for this year's. So we got 30 million base. No accelerators, no freshmen, just retention of 80 players. On top of that, you got high school players you come in that have to come out of that 80. Well, we already had 30 million come out, so it only leaves 50. Well, understand, you don't get all of that 50 because remember, on the revenue, you got to share with the other universities. I mean, share with the other sports. The other sports, you get a portion of the TV revenue, but that goes to where it supports the entire sports community of Bama, are the Sooners. And understand, let's say, so what ends up, normally you would get 80 if you got the whole thing, you'll get 65. And it says, and we already got 30 out. So you got 25 million left, 25 to $30 million left to now get your high school done. And then here comes your portal, NIL portal. And you wonder why some of the decisions are made the way they are. Because in the kitty, if I got, let's say, for instance, we want to go for Cam Coleman. Cam Coleman went approximately 7.2 mil. If I have 4 positions I need to pay attention and make sure I take care of, would it be conducive for me to do Cam Coleman versus leaving myself short in these other areas and maybe getting just some, someone that's 150,000, bare minimum? Or would it be conducive for me to get the best abilities for those versus trying to get one piece? So understand what you're dealing with when you're seeing certain things. Understand a lot of times we as fans, we don't pay attention that understand, yes, you can have boosters, you can have this, that, and the other, but they're already set. They already put their portion in. What's in the kitty is it for the budget year. And when you think about that, now you start understanding, okay, well, you definitely not going to go for Cam Coleman and George Seaton. That's 15 million right there.
Wow.
See, this is the intricacies you have to pay attention. And in fact, it would behoove us as the parents and as fans to learn, because this is the way of the future, because contracts is what's coming down the pack. And if you can learn this stuff, it will add dividends to your revenue. The key is understanding that there is only a certain amount that you can draw from. And then when you when I say vet, when you do your research, vet is like researching. When I research something and I have found, i.e., I'm going to use Megatron. Megatron was a 2-star, 3-star. But he's only that because he hasn't been to the satellite camps. He's 4-star, 5-star ability and shows it in the film. Now, I get him, I get Crowell, and I get somebody else. I get, let's say, 2 offensive linemen for that 1,500, and I get a decent D lineman. Now, I have covered more ground with not making a choice for those 2, and I got 5 positions covered for that same amount. This is why, as fans and as parents, we have to include ourselves and make sure we go through, because I know our university, we actually have where we have classes and our sole mission where we teach the parents and the student athletes how to understand contracts, how to get the most out of your money, and how to live off 10% and off the 10% and save the 90. All of this is important because understand not everybody's going to make the league. And if they don't make the league, let's make sure they're in the best possible position to be able to, maybe they got a great idea and they want to do a business, or they want to do a podcast, or maybe they want to work for someone, but they got money set aside to where they're not struggling when they first start out. And on top of that, they have the actual resources and knowledge how to navigate and utilize that. So, and understand, when we talk about incentives, think of it like this. If I know that I got a piece of the puzzle, i.e., a player that, okay, he's a freshman and he partially played. He played in about 6 to 8 games. He did decent, but for a freshman, anything is better than nothing. Versus a freshman that was redshirted, but he attended all the classes. He was all on time to every meeting. When we did our community work and when we went abroad and we taught and we helped in the community, he was on point and he participated. These are the type of stuff these universities are now dealing with within that framework. And so when these general managers or whoever's head of the collective or whoever's running it have to also include, now out of the 80, now you got to include the freshmen. Who was redshirted? If they're redshirted, they're not going to be really affected because we made a decision to redshirt them. As long as they participate, they're on time at their workouts and different things, they stay status quo. Now you got some freshmen that became freshman All-American. Now they start where now they're starting to they're going to be bumped up. And most times it's 25 to 30% a bump onto what they were given. So like, say, for instance, they were getting 350,000. Now they're bumped up to probably 4 to 550,000. Just an example. This all has to go into that kitty. And when you have, let's say, for instance, on most teams is like 100, an average of 107 to 105 players on a team. You start adding all of that up and you start seeing why some decisions are made, and that you have several positions. Sometimes it's not conducive to go after the Cam Comans or the George Seatons or anybody else that's been in the portal that you really want. And I open it up. I saw someone. You put up something. Put that back up. What did they say?
Okay, I'll put it right back up, right there. That came from AA.
Okay, what did he say?
She said.
She said. Sorry. Okay, why do they
trying to get their eligibility extended? Well, yeah, trying to make more money.
Well, yeah. Now, think of it like this. Now, in some cases, yeah, they want to get their eligibility set. But check this out. Think of it like this. You're a parent or that's your student athlete. Depending on his grade from the NFL that came back, he's barely making the grade. He's not in the 3rd, 4th. He might be 5th, 6th, 7th round. Then I need to know, if that's the case, it might be conducive for me to come back for another year to see if I can up that grade or get myself another year to be prepared to come into the workforce or to make a decision that won't involve the NFL. Let's put it like that.
I think we're losing them, Bish. You gotta break it down to them in work terms. You got your intern level. You got your entry level. That means freshman done played 4 games. That's your entry level.
There you go. You go.
Then you move up. So, of course, yeah, the longer you with the company, the more stuff you're gonna get paid for. You're gonna get paid for learning. You're gonna get paid for what you learn. and what you know that's going to benefit the company. But also, you can get penalized for your production in that company.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how you break it down. But I just have two questions on it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So the first question would be is, because a lot of people is like, we got 5 stars and 5 stars. They think 5 stars is like the greatest thing of all things. I said, y'all do understand these 5 stars is just money for the college, right? Y'all do know that.
I know that. But do they know that?
I don't think they know that. You do know anytime you put a rating on these players, 3 stars and up, the amount of stars you have is the more money that the university has. That doesn't mean that kid is going there with a bag. Going in there with a bag. He's just putting the more 5 stars you have, and we got the most 5 stars in the country. Okay, so why are we still looking like this? All that 5 stars just means that it's just more money for the university, wherever university is, to distribute to their players that they have already on the squad or who they can get. Am I saying that right?
Now understand that's partially, but understand they also, since last year, they also come in with part of that kitty. But I know what you're saying. They do, because the 5-star is already established in the network.
Okay.
So you're absolutely correct.
So
but it's a little deeper than that, because see, what happens is that they're the ones that for sure they're gonna get million and a half or more if they're a 5-star. That's just minimum. If they're a 5-star, that's minimal.
Your 5-star is a guaranteed spot on the team, like a first-round draft pick.
Thank you. That's all. But understand, check this out. There have been some 2-star, 3-star, no star, i.e., running back out of Tulsa McLean that was 2-star that wasn't really looked at because he couldn't get to the satellite camps, but was one of your best Bama running backs. Josh Jacobs, ring a bell?
Josh Jacobs. Yeah. He rang a lot of bells, actually.
He rings all the bells.
I remember he rang our bell. So here's the thing: is what we Coach Carl and a few of us, we want to make sure our 2-star, 3-stars. A lot of times they just need to be seen. That's the only reason they're a 3-star. It's not that they don't have the ability. Sometimes, in majority of the times, it's because they don't have the access or the means to get to these satellite camps, because these satellite camps are money camps. Just think of that. They are cash cows. And some people are scholarship because you're just off the charts type of scenery, and they want to make sure you're there so they can draw more people there. And then you got others that, depending on where they're at in the country, they don't get a lot of exposure. And oftentimes we, as the parents and the people in that area, we don't know much how to get them that exposure. And that's where we want to come in and help out and help people know. By the 7th grade, if you're not in the NCAA portal, and when I say portal, there's a hub to put your kid in where you sign up, you're already behind the 8 ball.
And that's with all sports, right?
Yeah, all sports.
My second question, right?
Go ahead.
So I'm thinking about my job, or just jobs in general. You know how you get PTO, right?
Yeah.
And you know how in certain jobs you do the rollover if you don't use it?
Yeah.
Does the NIL have a thing where you can roll over if you don't spend all it, or you have to spend it that year and then you start?
I'm so glad you said that.
Hey man, I'm listening.
What do you think Coach Prime did?
Let it roll over.
Okay, check this out. If you see that you lost 28 players in the portal, but you only picked up 17 to 19.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what those others that haven't been picked up are you going to be used toward since there's no more portals? Because it means, see, let me break it down. That when the closing of the portal, that's just to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the rest of the year, you can get people out of the portal.
Mm-hmm.
There's no time limit on that. It's just for the players to jump in that want to jump in. That's what that date's for. Now, if let's say, for instance, you feel like your depth on your team is good and that you don't need to use that, you can roll that over. But understand now with this new situation where you have to stay under a certain limit, now they call it PWOs. And it doesn't count in your count, but it comes out of your kitty.
Yeah, I got you.
And what that does is I could give a young man $350,000 scholarship to come in for 1 year because we see that he has the potential, but we either ran out of scholarships or it's just not feasible in our numbers wise. But we know he has given opportunity, he would be the next to get a scholarship. Well, PWOs now, you can bring them on, have them play alongside, and then when the next time you have the next year, now they can be the first up. It's like a short list. Like if we were at work and we're short list for a promotion. That means you already shown that you have the ability, so they put you on this short list because you, when a scholarship comes available, you are first.
So that goes back to AAA's question.
I know.
In her statement when she says, "Why do you think these kids are staying in school longer to extend their eligibility?" Because if they're not getting the playing time or getting the recognition, they still getting the bag.
Oh,
it might not be a big bag like everybody else podcast, but last time I checked, when you have a savings account and you don't touch it, it adds up.
and then on top of that, some of the universities like ours have actual entrepreneur deals built in to where they got to take classes. Them and the parents take classes to where they know, okay, if you get NILs, you don't have to wait on us. You can go get other NIL deals because the portfolio is what we strive for. Is you need to have 3 to 6 portfolio NILs to get yourself straight, especially if they're mama and papas, because not everybody's going to get the national.
And if you take care of those players, those are your new boosters.
Oh, that hey, look, you don't open up a brand new door because something. Hey, believe it or not, there have been some players that paid attention and that has done good for themselves, and they're in position when time comes to jump in.
The extra million that came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yep.
Players, because they're already financially stable on it, because you took care of them. They didn't get the playing time or the recognition, but they did the other things, the other little things. They did the Dennis Rodmans. They did the hustle plays.
Yes. And not only that, just think of it like this. Let's say, for instance, okay, most kids are going to stay 5 years. As long as I kept progressing and I did my part and I contribute to the team, by the time I come out of there, I at least should have 5 million in my kitty working for me, and I just live off the interest of it. That's what we teach: is live off the interest and leave the principal alone, and allow the principal to compound, and you'll be able to allow yourself the opportunity and the time to vet yourself and see what you really want to do in life. And what that does is give them and their family an opportunity to survey the landscape and make sure they get off on the right foot.
So basically, you letting the money work for you.
Facts.
Hey, man, listen, it's not rocket science.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's called financial literacy.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What's that word? Financial literacy. And here's the crazy thing about it. When things are done, when we're teaching them, we also teach them about stocks and bonds, portfolios.
Yep.
How do you trade options? What is the criteria when I'm choosing a stock? Is it important that the CEO's been there for years versus someone that just transitioned? Okay. Have they gone international? Have they went public? This is what we're teaching them in these classes, because understand, not everybody's going NFL. They're going life NFL.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, Bishop, let me ask this question
Go
right
ahead.
quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, Governor.
No, you ain't cut me off. We're talking. You're getting in my arena. Go ahead, talk.
But let me ask this question. What about the player? And it's kind of like a 2 or 3-fold question.
Go ahead.
When Governor brings up about the stars, okay,
Mm-hmm.
No matter where you find yourself in the star
Mm-hmm.
order of all of this, let's factor in the player that is a actual, not just a student athlete, but he is a star scholar athlete. Now, where does that particular revenue fit from the academic side of things versus the athletic side? Because there are some, what Governor is kind of alluding to, there are some literate players that are out there who's not only making the grades on the field, but they're also making the grades in the classroom. What about them? Because we all know how scholarships run, and that's
Right.
also money as well. So how do you how do you marry that together, and how does that work from an academic side of things?
Well, see, just think, if they already have a jump on what they got going on, and they're doing well in classes, and it adds to the kitty, that's just their pot. And how they use it is on them. But most times, if they're doing things right and they yielding from our teachings, they won't have to touch that, and that's just padding what they already have.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm asking.
Go ahead.
I guess I'm just gonna ask it just straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
Is that 2 separate kitties? You see what I'm saying? We understand.
It is.
We understand the kitty from the athletic side, but
right.
when that same scholar, when that same student athlete excels in the classroom, now is that a separate kitty, or do they all combine?
No, okay. I know what you're trying to say. If they have that, it is a better way of putting it. Their scholarship can be a portion. They don't need a full scholarship because they got scholarship scholastically, and they can use it for somebody else that needs more of a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., there's been individuals that played the college game of football that wasn't on scholarship, was the star player.
Because you also,
Go ahead.
because you got to think, one, first of all, scholarships is year to year. It's not 4 years.
Right. Thank you.
They don't understand that. Some people don't understand it. Most of them do. A scholarship, when you hear he's got a scholarship or she has a scholarship, that's for that 1 year. It's not 4 years guaranteed and you should stay in school. It's 1 year, it's year to year basis. That's number one. Number two, you don't have no choice but to do good in school unless your scholarship is taken from you. That's number two. Number three, some of these kids, men and women, can get a scholarship from the school, but also can have other scholarships going into the school. You can apply, like if you're a left-handed individual, there's scholarships out there just for left-handed individuals. So you can be on a scholarship, but it might not be the full scholarship like the other players because they probably needed that. I don't need that because I did what I had to do in high school. So I already built up 3 or 4 scholarships going into school. So now everything else is just play money if you do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's just play money. So the full
Thank you.
the extra scholarship that the school is giving you, that's just extra money. If you think about it, people be like, oh, they on a full ride, they get room and board, they go to school for free. Hold on now, don't say that. They had to put work in to get to that school. They had to write forms, they had to write letters, they had to explain things, they had to do a lot of things to get scholarships before they got to that school. It's not like back in the day. It's not like back in the day. It's not even back in the day in my time. Now scholarships is coming out of the woodwork. You can get a scholarship for anything now.
Yep.
You get grants. Yeah, I don't like loans.
I
like grants.
I like grants. I don't like the loans. I like grants.
I like grants.
You get a grant for this. You get a grant from your community. You get a grant from your church. You get a grant from this, or they'll call it a gift.
Yep.
See, that's for other people that don't know that type of. I got a gift on my house, not me specifically. I had to pay for my house, but
I tell you what, and I'm gonna tell you something else. You can get a grant for just being you.
Yeah.
You get a grant for just being you.
Yeah.
It's grants all over the place. But the thing about the grant is it goes back to like what both of you are saying, but you still have to be smart about it because just like anything else, grants do run out.
Boy, he orchestrating it. Go ahead, Lloyd. All right, check this out. Y'all done got into my area. Let's go over grants because I need to hit my family. Grants are money that when you show that how you can help the community and you develop a business plan that shows the breaking point in 3 to 5 years, you will be awarded money. On top of that, once you are shortlisted, then once they see your name shortlist for one, you can apply for multiples. And they'll just see your name and they'll approve you because as long as you get the very first one through, you're open to other grants. Now, that's something why you came this morning. Hold that dear. That is a bomb shell.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand it. It's free money. You don't pay it back. But here's the thing. I will say this, and thank you, Auntie, for teaching me this. She used to be on Capitol Hill granting these grants. She said a lot of us come in begging, not knowing how to write a business plan, not knowing that, understand, if you don't break even, if you say I'm gonna be earning in 18 months. Some people say I'll be breaking even in a year. You're in file 13, because any true business knows there's outliers and different things that contribute, that the actual break even for them to take you serious is 3 to 5 years for you to go to the next step of the process. Then on top of that, okay, there are buzzwords in the grant. Boy, I'm giving y'all better be taking this in. I'm giving you insider stuff. Then there are buzzwords when you do a grant. Buzzwords are keywords that clue you in that how do you help the community? Does it help to empower them? Does it employ them? Does it allow them to provide themselves with shelter? So if you're noticing, grants are really trying to say, what can you contribute to your community? Is what you bring to the table gonna benefit somebody in your community? That's what grants were set up for.
I'll tell you what, we have a lot to we still have a lot to learn, and like Governor said, Bishop, there's a lot still, even though you've covered some ground. Even in the ground that you've covered, there's still a lot to break down still, because still a lot to break down. But Bishop, I sent you something. I text you something, and I need you to check your phone, because this was sent to me. Because when we talk about this from the aspect of, I'm going somewhere with what I want you to check, and I want you to talk about that. And Governor, I'm getting ready to send the same thing to you. Matter of fact, I'm going to send it to you right now, Governor. Here we go. 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 Getting ready to send this to Governor. Here we go. Governor, check your text messages right quick.
All right.
And Bishop, did you see it?
I could break it down for you. That
that what I just sent you and Governor.
Yeah.
That's where I'm trying to go to, because I want to kind of deviate or kind of take a exit on this, and we're gonna go down another road, but it's gonna stay in the same vein. But what I just sent you all, and this is what some of the fuss is about, or what a lot of people are not understanding. Bishop, go ahead and break some more things down as you feel led to break it down.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what I just sent y'all.
What you just sent out, understand now, that's the whole university. You're talking about now you're going into the development of businesses, land. A lot of that money won't even see the athletics side. Only a portion of that will be given to the athletics. That's part of that TV revenue. Okay. Now, it's big business, as you can see. It's huge business. But understand, a lot of times, these labs and these different buildings on this universities get a lot of that money. But there is a portion, usually, I think in our cases, I think it's roughly 45 to 55 million that comes to the athletic department. And then Football gets the major portion of it, and the rest of the sports get the remainder. But a lot of that you just saw, where it's 1.4 billion, most universities were able to earn this past year. That is for the university, like for developing land or innovations and all of that. But that's where a portion of our kitty comes from. And our portion for the athletics is usually 45 to $55 million in the SEC.
Mm-hmm. Well, Governor, I'm gonna ask you and Bishop this one question, and y'all can answer. Are y'all kind of thinking what I'm thinking?
Put it on out there. Let's serve it up. We're the gumbo chefs.
Well, here we go. I'm going. Wait a minute. Hear me here. Even though I don't agree with this particular, I don't agree with this, because to me this ain't real hot sauce. But here goes some Trappy's. Here goes some Trappy's Bullseye Louisiana hot sauce. But I'm just a straight Louisiana guy, so I'm gonna put me some Louisiana hot sauce. I'm gonna put me some Zatarans, Louisiana, some Louisiana. I'm getting ready to put. I'm finna empty the box in the gumbo. So here we go. Don't you think that since we now going to deal with conferences and you dealing with all this revenue and this, that, and the third, and I'm just going to speak from an Alabama standpoint, don't you think that Alabama needs to be independent?
I wonder if that's how you were thinking it.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking, because it sounds to me like with all this sharing going on, and it's funny, that's why Notre Dame, from a perspective, does not want to enter a conference, because now you're going to have to start sharing. And Notre Dame is standing on their own 2 feet. And so they don't care. Well, it kind of pisses them off that they didn't make the playoffs because of whatever. But when you sit down and look at it from a monetary standpoint, Bishop and Governor, why would we want to get in when we come on TV, we ain't got to share that money with nobody?
But and let me help y'all out. Just think about it. When Notre Dame was in the year before finals, they didn't have to share $27.8 million.
At all.
Not Georgia, a penny of it.
But Georgia did.
Yep. Yep.
I'm just saying.
And see, here's the thing now. Here's the caveat, is that they have to put special stipulations for anyone like Notre Dame to make it in. So now they made it to where if they're in the top 12, they're in.
Yeah.
No matter how it falls. So then that's another pay off the board. So there's only 9 spots left for the playoffs, if they're in one of those 12 spots.
All I say is, man, it's all a power play.
Yeah, it is. You know it, and I know it.
It's all a power play, and they're gonna play their hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm a spades guy. You never show your trump cards right away.
You better run that, Boston. Keep talking, run it.
No, I'm gonna let you show your hand, and then I'm gonna pull everything. All this money, because you gotta understand, that's the narrative people are gonna say. They're gonna use those numbers, but they're not. People are not gonna understand the entire figure of those numbers. They think, well, Texas got all this. They got the oil money and got the look. The athletic department's getting a third of that. A third, okay? It's the people that's in the behind the scenes, like the Courtney Morgans. He's either going to have good business or bad business. Sometimes you just got to let things go. You got to let people go. People ain't going to like the decision, but if you don't know math, you're not going to understand the decision. It's really just that simple. You have to. You can't buy everything because you can't have everything. You have to stay within your means. And if you're gonna look down into the future, then you might have to take this little sacrifice here to gain in the future. You might have to get demoted to get promoted 2 spots.
Hmm. But what is your why? Does it matter what they do if you have your why?
It shouldn't. I'll say that.
It shouldn't. But here's the thing. Sometimes we need to understand promotion is getting pruned.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
tell
my
people.
bad. Y'all knew. Hey, this is my show. He gave me full. It's a disclaimer. It might be a little spicy,
It's too hot for some people.
but he gave it. But I will say this. Here's the key: is now understand, and it's so when you start getting in the incentives or accelerators of being able to fit your kids in and say, look, I need to change your base. I need to lower your base, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put accelerators in as long as you go to meetings, you're on time with your workouts, and you get, let's just say, you get, if you're a D tackle, you play in 2 games. Those are your accelerators. And most times, those kids can meet that and exceed it. So guess what? It just the accelerators allows it to go on next year's, and it doesn't affect what you have in the kitty this year, so that you can spread your money out. And that's what the NFL has been doing. Where you think they front load on just the name alone, on just them signing, and then negotiate the rest of the contract over the years.
It's all about investing, man. All,
Yeah,
and all these kids, men and women, are just stock. Okay,
there you go.
know how to do stock. You don't face the market. Let the market come to you. When it comes back into that money grab, that's when you get in and that's when you get out. Okay. Um, I'm not going to invest all of my earnings into one player who can leave after this year.
Mm,
So yes, don't get me wrong. Some coaches that use the word production, that's a big part because if you go to work every single day, your production is going to show you the value that you bring not just to yourself and and your worth, but the main thing is the production on how much money are you making the company. When you make any money, they value you more. If you're just willing to be content to just get a check from the company and not make them money, they're going to let you go.
they're gonna let you go. Or put it like this: they're gonna suggest that you see other means,
Your,
that you see what you can do, which is basically pointing them to the door.
your services is no longer welcome.
London, welcome. Now, check this out. Here's where we have to be smart as either parents or fans. Understand now that we have this strong foundation and governors made it where we can actually understand. Now is the time where we have to seize the moment and make sure we even use it in our daily lives. I call hedging a bet. Sometimes you need to hedge the bet. Sometimes I need to know that 2-star, 3-star is just as good as that 4-star, 5-star. And he has a big boulder he or she has a big boulder on their shoulder, and they're gonna run through walls because they already know where they're coming from, and they know why they weren't able to get to 4 and 5 stars, but they have the same ability.
I'm going to say this now. I'm going to say this now. It might not be known that it's going to happen in the future. A school is going to come out. A school is going to come out and show the world their finances on the fact of how they pay players. They're going to the blueprint, and it's going to shake up the entire college world. Because now, when you do that, you're gonna ruffle some feathers.
Yeah,
you're going to ruffle feathers. Why? Because now it's gonna be like, well, hold on, this school over here has a whole blueprint on where the money is going. So that's the problem. We don't know where the money's going. We seeing all these numbers, but we don't know where it's going. Once the school comes out and puts it out there or even if they don't put it out to the world, they're gonna show their players where that money is going. So now everybody's on be on one accord and have an understanding. If you want to be here, then you want to be here. But in order to be here, you have to meet these goals to get this. And then the kids will probably have an understanding. The parents will have an understanding. And maybe the fan base is going to have an understanding on what to do moving forward further. The boosters who put in their money, they're going to know where their money is going, and it's going to help the program. Watch. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
It is about to happen, but Bishop, I believe Crimson said, what do you mean Notre Dame gets a guaranteed spot? Explain that.
Oh, they're independent, bro. They don't got to share nothing.
Yeah.
Every bowl game that they win, that's all 100% theirs.
In the CFP,
what
didn't they say that Notre Dame? It was just implemented here a few weeks back. Then I believe that Notre Dame, regardless of where they fall, I want to term that right.
As long as they're in. That's what they say.
They're in. See, so with your conference champions, because you still got to factor those in until they take those conference championships out. With those conference champions, and then I think the two FCF schools, that's how it runs.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, Notre Dame is guaranteed a spot.
That was
no matter what.
That was a bold statement. They drew a line in the sand. We favor Notre Dame over everybody else. That's how I look at it.
Me too. That's
how
I see it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. And I understand it. I believe I got you, brother. But that's what they did. That's what they did. So when you have your conference champions, and then you have your two FCF schools and everything, and then here's the other thing about it. I believe I got you, bro. I got you, bro. But sit down and think about it for a minute. Yep. Here you go. And we sort of talked about this yesterday. And this is where that money talks thing comes in, because you sit down and think about it. Notre Dame, out of everybody that's up there, them rascals can finish whatever. It's within reason now. Everybody else has to fight their way in. Notre Dame is saying, we're in. It's like what Governor just said. The line was drawn in the sand and said, we're Notre Dame. Excuse me, but damn it, we're Notre Dame. And that's how that runs. And everybody else, because we are who we are, that's how that's running. Man, I'm telling you. And that's why I asked the question, are y'all thinking what I'm thinking when you go back and look at those numbers that I just sent? Oh.
Yeah, 1.4 billion is some money. You have to understand, though, in the totality, what they usually do when they do that, they don't tell you how it's distributed. And that's where it can get dicey. And it makes us think that, well, if we got that, then why can't we get the Cam Coleman's or this, that, and the third? And now that we have the foundation of it, we're good to go. We understand that that really is for new buildings and this, that, and the third,
And with that list, only 4 teams on that list that got a championship.
Facts.
4 with that list.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the most on that list.
Got it.
Championships. So it's not even about winning anymore.
And watch this. And these are the top 10 valuable revenue generating football programs in 25, because that's what it says. Just football itself. But like you said, Texas, Ohio State, LSU, Georgia. Okay. When you're dealing with, let's just deal with championships within just championships, period.
Right.
Texas has one. Ohio State has won. LSU has won. Georgia has won. Michigan has won. Notre Dame has won. Penn State has won. Alabama and Tennessee. The only one on the list here that has never won a natty is Texas A&M. But when you break it down to like what Governor's saying, the only one that has consistently won multiples is Alabama.
Yep. It's not about winning no more.
But now it's not about winning anymore. That's why I made the statement and said, I think, to me, when it comes down to football, like what they're saying right there, Alabama might need to consider becoming its own entity.
That would shock the world if Alabama was like, we're going independent. What?
Hold on. It would shock the world if the SEC and the Big Ten go independent.
Oh man. Talking about
but you know what though? And I could see that because back a couple of years ago, Bishop, that's what the big worry was. Just a couple of years ago. And this was before Coach Saban retired. They were worried about those two conferences, especially at that time, the SEC, because the SEC was between, honest to goodness, between Bama and Georgia, they was running everything right then in college football. Now the shift has begun, and which I have my own theory about that. The shift has begun, and now it has shifted to the Big Ten. Well, it's easy. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in there, and Bishop and Governor. Okay, the shift began easy because how many Big Ten schools are actually ranked and stay ranked throughout the season in the top 25 versus in the SEC? It's a different ball game. And so by that time we beat each other up and we're injured and with this, that, and the third, by the time we get when the Alabamas and the Georgias and the Ole Misses and all that good stuff makes it to the playoffs, we're old, decrepit, and beat up.
That's why. And now, on top of that, that's not the end result. But what I would say is that holds true. But also, on top of that, then we don't run the ball to help ourselves.
Mm. Man, listen. SEC, if the SEC was to have their own their own college football season, the revenue alone by themselves is going to make up for everything else. They got rid of the Pac-12 for a reason. This same thing that they're doing now. They're saving Notre Dame's program by keeping it independent because they could force them to get into a conference. You saw what happened when we had COVID. They had to play in the ACC championship or play in the ACC. They didn't do too well. They didn't do too well. They're saving Notre Dame because that's the what do you call those people? The 1%ers. Because rich people don't like to lose money. They don't care if it's $5. They're not trying to lose no money. So they're gonna stay independent because if they lose, they're not gonna get penalized. But if you win, you get double. You get the maximum amount. You get 100% on what you put in because you're independent. You're not sharing anything with anybody. Everything is going directly back into your program for all your sports, your academics, all that. But if the SEC actually ran their own conference, where they have their own conference, ran their own like college football season, just them, they face each other for the entire season and go have their own playoffs and have their own national champion, everybody's going to want to come in because that's where the revenue is at. The Big Ten is only 4 teams. 4 teams legitimately, if you think about it. The Big 12 is only, 2 teams? Texas Tech, BYU. ACC is probably like a minimum of 3. The SEC's got a minimum of 9?
Minimum.
9 teams? Out of out of 12? So come on now. It's chess, not checkers. It's simple. Money hungry people are controlling this whole narrative. And that's what we're looking at. We're not even looking at X's. We're not even talking about football no more. And that's what's scary. We're not even talking about football anymore. But hey,
I'm telling you, this is it's getting crazy. And so I'm of what Jeff is saying. I think that the first thing needs to happen if we're gonna have all this money talk, and just know this of assuredly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about this because what I'm tired of reading, and I was sharing this with Bishop in a conversation he and I were having. I'm tired of people saying such and such as I did. We need to go get him. This Alabama folk. We need to go get him out the portal. Blah 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 blah, and not understanding the business aspect that goes along with this. When Courtney Morgan got on, hey coach, one Wednesday night during football season, when he got on there and he talked about how all of this works, how this actually works. Now, in the words of Double A, when she and I be talking sometime, she always say, "Now, Piano Man, you ain't gonna agree with me right here." And what I'm about to say, in the words of Double A, you might not want to agree with me right here, but Bishop and Governor, most folks are not listening because they want to hear about the X's and the O's, but nobody wants to talk about the business aspect of the Jimmys and the Joes. Because what's wrong now is we've been so busy looking at whether they can play whether they can play a nickel or not, whether they can read a defense or not, when we've never taken the time out to to understand fully what's going on. And Governor just said it. Something is going to happen, and I'm going to add to what Governor just said about a school is going to come along. But a lot of us don't view it that some of these guys, because of, Bishop said it earlier, I don't know if y'all were listening, contractual things happening. Have you ever stopped and considered that some of these guys and gals, girls are in the transfer portal too, because we're so busy looking at it from a football aspect, but some of these players get in the transfer portal before the season starts, and you don't see them on the football field, you don't see them on the baseball field, you don't see them on the basketball court, because it's called holdout.
Yep.
They're holding out.
Yep.
So, yep. And then on top of that, let's just understand, everybody kept saying the NFL. Well, the only thing we don't have is the collective bargaining to where we can put parameters on it. But other than that, it is just capitalism. The pure sense of capitalism is what we got. But the thing is everybody say, well, it's not fair if this person, Hold on. As long as somebody willing to pay that is fair.
And
Don't get mad because your school, don't get mad because your squad, your school, or whatever you want to call it, don't get mad that they either can't pay it or number two, don't want to pay it. Don't get mad with the player. You get mad with your school. Because guess what? If you were asking for, let's just say, for instance, now I'm just going to put it in the words of Eddie Murphy. I'm going to put this in rich dummy terms. Just say, for instance, that you were asking for $10 and somebody said, well, we're not going to pay you that and everything. You might love where you are, but somebody comes along and said, well, hey, I'll bump that up to $13. What you going to do? You going to stay there for something that you love and just remain with the 10? Or are you going to take them extra $3? Sound to me like plus is still plus to me. Right. And you're going to go with the $3.
And we're talking about per hour, right?
Per hour.
Mm-hmm.
Per hour. And give you a signing bonus.
Oh, I'm out. They put the cherry on top on that one.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's been fun, but bye-bye. That $3 extra, $13 an hour plus a signing bonus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a simple way of saying that's what these kids are looking at. And some of them are already doing what we call, like they do in the NFL, holding out. Some of them, the reason you see them in the transfer portal, like the way some of them are, is that because they're holding out. And we get mad and we get upset because they're holding out. But the problem is we're not there to know what's all being said behind the scenes. That's why my new thing is, keep telling y'all, be realistic. Know what's happening.
And let me say this. Think about this as an example. We now know that Mr. Lane Kiffin left a team that was in the playoffs to take a position with LSU. A part of the bargaining chip from LSU is on top of that 45 to 55 million in revenue plus whatever else in the kitty, we're going to put another 25 million to help you to negotiate and get some of the players that we need.
Some schools are all in, some schools are not. But you want to make everybody on the same playing field, give me a salary cap. They're not going to do that.
Oh, no.
They're not going to do that. A salary cap? Now everybody's equal.
And what the reason I dropped that little nugget, watch. Now all of a sudden these coaches, when they get pulled from another school, see if they add that in the negotiation. We're going to give you 10 million. We're going to give you 15 million. We're going to give on top of what you're already having a kitty. We as boosters decided, hey, we're going to give you 20 to 30 million extra on top of what you already got.
Hey, Bishop, to add on to that, Lane Kiffin got an extra 20 million for recruiting, right?
Yep.
He ain't win no championship. What if Nick
No.
Sinotti went to a different school? He just won a championship. No, I need more than that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get them to open up the parachute to understanding this is the new dispensation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's capitalism now. I understand some might not fully comprehend, but it is capitalism. And if we're operating in it, then okay, wait a minute. Then you can't complain about a student athlete wanting to do the same as the coaches. Well, we can't get. You're not going to give us so much NIL, but I know this. I go to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Because understand, what is my why? What is my why?
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer for, if the school can match it, perfect. Because I really want to stay here. But if they're not willing or not in a position to, sometimes opportunity cost has to be one of the decisions. And oftentimes you don't want to leave, but you want them to match it, but it might not be conducive for them to match it and stay within the parameters of what's set.
And Carla, to your question, if the kid don't get, from my understanding, if the kid doesn't get picked up in a portal, then he's just unemployed.
There it is. That's why
there it is.
Right there. There it is.
And there's
right
over 3,500 kids that get left in.
They're unemployed. They about to be they'll turn into a walk-on, maybe.
Yeah, that's the majority of them go to D3, go to HBCUs. But the thing is, here's the one thing I want to add to any of these parents out here. Make sure they got film before they jump in, or they got some type of that they can show. Because a lot of these kids were jumping in and hasn't even touched a down in the NCAA except for practices. And if you don't have practice film, what are you doing jumping in the deal? Not only that, if you're working the back rooms, which we all know that goes on, and you don't already have something in the fire, don't jump. Because I understand there's too many players that already have all of that set up, and the coach is going to go to somebody that is easily, readily available where I can skim them. Okay, they do this, this, and this. Do they meet our criteria? Let's set up a meeting.
This is why you don't talk about pay at the job. See, these kids out to understand you're not going to school to just play football and get a degree.
Mm-mm.
You're
more to it than that.
Or more. This is a job.
It's a job. Exactly.
Your school starts to come out and tells others how much you're getting paid. Hello, Ole Miss, that it leaked out. Two kids getting paid more than others, and it's like, well, hold on. This is what happens when you talk money at your job. Well, how much you get? Talking about, you been here how long? You just got here. How much you making? I'm not mad at you. Now I got an issue with the university, or issue with my job, or issue with my supervisor who actually, what did they do? They negotiate my raise. If I'm able to get my promotion this amount or not due to my production. If that coach or your supervisor doesn't like you or have some type of ill will towards you, he's holding that raise to give it to either himself or to somebody else that he likes. You see, but when you start putting those numbers out, it's not always a great thing.
Then not only that, check this out. Piano Man, you remember our talk, and I will say this. There are times that you can find some hidden gems that came from a smaller school, i.e., Trinidad Chambliss was a no star.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of the system, but because of access to the system. Because he, as we can see, he had the credentials to do it athletically, but did he have the continuity to get into the avenues necessary to be seen to gain the stars?
Now, what you know is who you know.
Who you know?
Because I think if Ole Miss was if Lane Kiffin was still at Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss would be able to play one more year. That's a fact.
And you know what? And Governor, I'm gonna muddy up the gumbo right here though. Muddy up the gumbo. Trinidad Chambliss was denied. Bediako, Greg Sankey is not gonna side with the NCAA, but you're gonna postpone Joey Aguilar at Tennessee.
Can I add one more?
Go ahead.
Owen Heineke, our linebacker, played three games of lacrosse, and it was all of a 30 minutes. He was like to give somebody a breather, and they won't grant him a FCC.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? TP, we talking football, we just talking business, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you what, no sense in talking football, just Jimmy X's and O's, bro.
No. TP, no. Hey, he's a financier and he is a union leader.
Union. Well, I need to see you, TP. I need to see you. Union. Okay. I need to see you, TP. Show.
Hey, TP, we talking dollars and cents.
Yes, sir.
We talking about capitalism.
Yeah, we
TP, are you with me?
He with you. TP better act like he know.
Financial literacy is the second thing that could always learn, like the Bible. Every time you open up that book, you learn something new. I will always be encouraged to sit down with somebody that knows dollars and cents.
Hey, Governor, I'm gonna sit down with somebody who knows dollars and cents because they gonna make a lot of sense.
And make a lot of O's in my check, please.
Hey, not only that, I'm gonna sit down with millionaires and billionaires and pay for their lunch to gain what I know.
Boy, you better stop. You better stop.
Man.
I understand. FDR took his Annie out. And he worked on the actual approval board for grants. Do you think that that benefit Bishop to take her out for her favorite gumbo, jambalaya, and neck bones, and etouffee? Hey, it was worth every bit of it because what she did, she didn't play with me because I was family. She gave it to me real. She said, because I had did my own little. I was just finished up my grant class and got accredited. And she said, okay, well, give me yours. And she said, file 13. I'm family. But she said, file 13. You told them that you were going to break even in 18 months. To them, you're begging. Because they know a real business doesn't break even to third to fifth year. You're not playing serious. Not on top of that, you don't know how the game is played. There's buzzwords that have to be in your business plan to catch them to go to the next level.
Like filling out a job application. There's certain buzzwords that's going to bring the attention.
Bingo. And that's free today.
Yeah.
Now I'm giving you free because I want our families to understand and start educating and causing the universities to make sure they teach. It's different when they come into your university. I need to make sure they know. I don't mind the money they get. I want to make sure they know how to utilize the money and let it work for them. I don't want them to think and go buy all these exotic things. That's going to come if you know how to live off the interest. And then you're going to still have the principal.
Coach Carl is so right on this statement. If you're the smartest in the room, find another room. My uncle always told me. Now, Bishop, listen to this, right?
Go ahead.
My uncle, and who I love to death, who I've known all my life, right? He got married into the family. He's a white Jew. Hear what
I'm Jew. We're Jewish. Go ahead. My bad.
I had to say it like that, right?
Uh-huh. You're good.
He always told me, and it stuck with me since I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be a dummy amongst geniuses than a genius amongst dummies.
True.
I can receive that.
I could not more than receive it. Hey, my assets go up when I'm willing to humble myself and put myself in such rooms. Because understand, they're gonna hold me to a standard that I wouldn't otherwise wouldn't even know, which adds zeros to my bank account.
If you're not willing to learn, you will never learn what you need to know.
Y'all getting free game today.
Boy, if you're not willing to learn, you will never learn what you need to know. Come on, bro. These kids are going in negotiation deals and not knowing. Their parents not knowing. And that's what's troubling for the generations now and the generations in the future. If the kid doesn't know from young, that means his parents don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They're only looking at the short-term money. They're not looking at the long-term.
Yeah. And I will drop this little caveat. There were some individuals that had done so well with NIL and the HBCU that when they went to the next level, they didn't need a scholarship. They gave the scholarship to somebody else because they were able to pay for themselves and be the leading stars. And one of them became a Heisman winner. Guess who?
Let me tell us, Bishop.
Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. There's levels to this, and there's different deals when you actually learn how to really understand how this works, and you can pay dividends to your university if you're able to work this NIL deal and get 5 to 7 NIL deals to where you're living off of just the interest only.
Yep.
The key is to understanding a lot of this is they're not going to come out right and tell you about this.
Oh, hell no. What? They're not going to give you that. That means everybody's on the same level. Nah, we can't have that.
Well, here's the thing, though. Sometimes you got to get outside of your room and you got to be willing to walk on that water. And you got to realize that sometimes I might need to go out on a wing and a prayer, but I'm going to go to this seminar that's going to better me. Or I'm going to go to this life coach that's telling me this, that, and the third, and that's into hedge funds and knowing how to do stocks and whatnot and real estate, because what they do is now your portfolio has increased to where it's putting a demand on the seed. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's putting a demand on the seed that you must increase because now you are profitable.
People think it's hard. I tell my guys, I said, look, my guys and girls, I said, nothing is ever hard. It's just new. If you don't know,
I
then you don't.
like that.
Nothing is ever hard. It's just new to you.
Yeah.
And I
And
can't,
so, no, go ahead, Governor.
like, man, I can't do it. Or another thing that I hear, this position is opening up. It's a manager position or a supervisor position. Man, I don't have experience in that. My first thing I say, I don't tell them no, you can't do it. My first thing I said, do you have any kids? Yeah. How old are your kids? Well, one's 10, one's 17. I said, man, you've been a supervisor. What you talking about?
Yeah. Now that this. I'm glad he said that, because we need to stop. Sometimes we short circuit our own success because we're thinking in a job schematic. If you manage people or you manage kids, you have supervised, managed, and done all of this, and you have carried the budget for the household, you have managed. Understand there's power in how you perceive something to put down what you know. But you got to understand, you got to have your why, because once that why drives you, you're gonna say, well, shoot, I did this, I had this budget, and then I made this work, even though I had beer money. I got caviar dreams, and then was able to allow my kids to go all to the university, this, that, and the third. Key is you manage and you were able to advance in most of these instances in these jobs and careers. That's who they're looking for. They're looking for somebody that knows how to take their talent and multiply it.
We get scared of labels. That's what it is.
Yep.
Do you not know if you paying your bills on time or paying bills, period? You're an accountant. You have to do checks and balances. You got to make sure that you're doing this right. You're auditing on you are all things. Different. Only thing that's you're probably looking at is, well, I didn't go to school for that, so I don't have a title saying that I did these things. You've been doing this your whole life. It's only certain occupations where you have to go to school to actually get those recognitions, which is doctors, lawyers, teachers. You have to go to school for them. But other than that, no, you don't. What are you talking about?
And
You
not only that is Piano Man, and I know that a lot of times nobody has enlightened us that we can think of this and derive from that okay, our life, until somebody hit me to, wait a minute, well, you done this and this and this, then you qualify for the position. But see, oftentimes we look at their framework and how they position it, and then we try to think in those realms. Oftentimes you have the capabilities and you're better suited because you come from outside the framework, so you know how to work in both systems.
Yeah.
So you're a greater asset.
mm-hmm. That's why I tell you got to believe in yourself. Do what's best for you in life. Don't worry about what others is going to say. Somebody's always going to have something bad to say. If you did exactly what you're supposed to do for you and yours, and you um, buy something for yourself that you've earned, like a new car, a house, maybe even
Mm.
maybe even a new damn shovel. Somebody's not going to like you because they don't have what you have, but they don't know what you did to get that. That's why I say all money ain't good money. All decisions ain't great decisions. Don't make a decision because you see somebody else doing it. That's not for you. You don't know what they did to get that. Let me shut up.
Yeah. Go ahead, Piano Man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I felt it necessary to have this show this morning, to have this talk this morning, because like I said, what I was tired of and what I'm still tired of is when I'm on different social media venues and a player comes up or a coach comes up and things like that, and they'll say, we need to grab him, we need to grab him. And like I said a couple of minutes ago, that we're looking at the Jimmy and Joe. I mean, we're looking at the X and the O's, but we're not understanding what all it takes from a financial perspective to make all of this work. And so basically, some Alabama fans, when they say, well, we missed out on that and we're doing this poor job of the portal and we're not getting these players that we need. No, it's not necessarily that. You got to consider finances. You got to juggle what you already have. And sometimes it's not the fact that they don't fit from a player perspective. They might not fit from a financial perspective. And right now, that's important because, hey, everybody wants to get paid. And so you've got to factor all of that in. And so I'm just saying that I just felt it necessary that we have that talk this morning. And we're going to have this talk a few more times because this is not going anywhere, folks. It's not going anywhere. And if you was listening to Governor, if you've been listening to Bishop, this is only going to escalate. Good morning, Stacy. Go Dogs. My girl is here, y'all. Good morning, Stacy.
Stacy, go Dogs.
Stacy, my girl is here in the house. Good morning, Stacy. Good to see you. What the business is, Stacy, quit playing.
Quit playing.
You already know. You from Georgia. You know what the business is. Yeah, buddy. But I just felt it necessary for us to have this talk, and we need to have more talks like this because it's going to help us for those that want to understand. It's going to help those of us that want to understand the process of what works and what's working in these people, and people, of that particular echelon, if you will, how it works in their life, but it also works in our lives as well on an everyday basis. We just don't think about it like that. It's like algebra. I used to say, you're not going to use algebra in your everyday life. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You use a community property, using associative property, and you use a distributed property. Those are the three aspects of algebra. No matter what you put, that's your basis of algebra. We as people, we use those three aspects in life daily: associative, distributive, commutative. We use them. We just don't think about it along those lines, but we use them. We use the geometric figures and theorems every day. We just don't think about it. Well, guess what? This NIL, the transfer portal, and this, that, and the third, we may not look at it like that, but even those of us are, in the words of Sly and the Family Stone, we as everyday people, we use NIL, we use the transfer portal, we use those theories day in and day out.
Yeah.
That's all JB is telling us. We use them day in and day out, especially if you have a job. Your NIL is your JOB. Your JOB is your NIL.
Which
just saying.
401k. You know what? Let me be quiet.
And the reason some folks don't have a 401k is because they don't have a JOB. And it goes back to like what Bishop said. How in the world you gonna have a caviar dream and you don't have a JOB? Really? And then some of us have JOBs and we don't manage our money well. There ain't no way you're supposed to be running. And I'm a witness. I've not handled my money very well. Okay. And so I want people to understand there comes a point when you, as the regular individual in life, there comes a point when you have to say, what, my math ain't mathing. My work ain't working. So you got to stop, say, halt, put the brakes on, and let's make a U-turn. Let's get off this road and let's go somewhere else. Let's get on the right path. Let's get on the right road. The journey of 1,000 steps begins with the first one.
And I will say this in part. Let's be realistic. None of us going to work to 90 years old. There's going to come a time you're going to transition to where you're no longer going to work. What you do now is how you get to enjoy those years and how you pad what you got left. So find a way to add to yourself by different means, because I add a little more tools in your toolbox. Now you got to do the work, and you got to, do some research, but the key is if you hedge your finances now, when you do transition to either call it retirement or, transition to life's promotion, then you have more to go. Let's say, for instance, you need to go see somebody or you want to go see family. You're not hindered by what's in your bank account because you already have hedged yourself to where you got more than enough. So it's just, when do I want to go? Okay, I want to go now. Okay, good. It doesn't matter what the amount of the flight is because you got it. It's a matter of, okay, when do I want to go? Let's go.
I'm just saying, I just felt like that we needed to have this. But Roger, man, look, bro, down your son.
What did Roger say?
Governor.
He said, my grandson has 1 million get-rich-quick ideas, but none of them make the job. He lived in
Oh, now, hold up. Now, loud. He just brainstorming, but let him hook him up to Shark Tank, because you can learn a lot from Shark Tank, because there's a lot that they remind us that you can't just come with ideas. You have to do the research.
Yeah.
But it's awesome that he has those. Yeah. But okay, ask him to put down a business plan. Okay, ask yourself, okay, in the first phase, second phase, third phase, and fourth phase, how will you show that you have grown? Oh, that's right. I just added phases for you. Yeah, because understand, on these ideals, you have to know that eventually you're going to get to where you want to hire people, and you're going to have to pay their insurance and 401k. That's why it's important to make sure you build in phases. That's just free. I just gave that away because I love you.
Can't talk business if you don't know business lingo.
Yep. You gotta know it. And if you don't know it, Governor, learn it.
You gotta learn it. It's right there on your phone.
Learn it. It's right there. Stacy, go Dogs. And for those of y'all that don't know, Richard Seymour's son was arrested on, I forgot how many counts of whatever,
right,
and everything. But Stacy, he's a Georgia Bulldog. But Stacy says, I think all charges will be dismissed. I was going to say the same thing, Stacy, and I'm not saying it to be funny, but those guys, y'all need to be named the Georgia Bull Cats. So y'all the only team I know.
They're the Hellcat.
That them cats can do some stuff over there and don't nothing get done. Dre Kirkpatrick, let me just be quiet. Let me be quiet. Let me shut my mouth.
Don't go down.
But I thank you for the time.
Ain't directed towards you, baby. Don't I'm not but I'm with you. I think all the charges are going to be dismissed. They're going to be dismissed. They're going to be dismissed. So I'm gonna side with Stacy right there. I think that's what's going to happen. When them cats do something, when them guys out of Georgia, some of them, when they do certain things, it's like it ain't swept up under the rug. It's just swept on out the door.
That's an extra life on Mario.
Yeah.
That's a love TKO.
I'm talking about getting knocked. I mean, on a technical knockout. A technicality will come up somewhere, and yonder goes Jesus on the bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and so it's anyway. But back to what we were saying. We'll get ready to get out of here. I just felt like it was necessary today to have this conversation about the financial side of all of this, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, it's only going to get worse. Watch and see. Governor said something. Watch what somebody comes up with this plan. It's going to be something crazy. It's going to be some stuff come up and boom, pow, boom, pow. Coach Carl hit the name, hit right here, brothers. Money, power, respect.
Yep.
That's what it boils down to.
Yep.
And in Scarface, Carlito's Way, let me see, what's his name? Forrest Whitaker plays his character.
Back and Forrest Whitaker's neck.
What's that dude? Anyway, money. And when Steven said earlier, money talks and everything else walks away. Money. And my boy Scarface said, follow the money. Follow the money. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying to each of us today, our world, Jeff, thank you for saying earlier, I think you and William, y'all said it earlier, the game that we love. Stephen, the game that we love. The game that we love. And JB, Governor, is a baseball guy, and JB loves baseball, but the game that he loves has significantly changed from the business aspect of it. And because of the way that the business has been run, it does to a certain degree affect the play on the field, the play on the diamond. So what this ought to do, it should inspire us to pay attention to everything. Don't just get out there and say, we ain't playing worth a crap. Maybe you need to understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Some things are deeper than what they appear to be. And so that's why I felt like we needed to have the show. And I don't apologize for not talking X's and O's, because we better start talking finances. Mm-hmm. Jimmy, what's happening? I give y'all a good for instance, and we'll get ready to get out. Right here in Mississippi, young man, Bishop, Governor, y'all have heard me talk about him before. Actually, wanted to go to Alabama and everything, high school guy. And but guy was so good, Adidas, the governor, signed him up while he was still in high school. And he's on posters everywhere, Bishop, right now. And he could have declared. Now, I'm not sure how all of this ran, but he actually declared early, but he did not go. Went back to high school. Finished, and everything. Now, I want to say that he's there now because I think he got on out in December. But anyway, he had committed to LSU. See, Governor, thank you, sir, for teaching me or for reminding me why you don't ooh, ah, and goo, goo, gaga over a commitment. A commitment. Goo goo gaga and fall in love when they sign their name on the dotted line. This brother here committed to LSU. Texas A&M wanted him. LSU wanted him. Bama wanted him. Well, lo and behold, one day there was some tidings came out of LSU, and I don't know if y'all remember me saying it. I said something is going on at LSU because all of a sudden they are losing commits. and everything. Something's going on. And about 2 or 3 days later, this young man pulls out. By that time, right at the same time, Tennessee Bishop announced that they were going back to Adidas. I told my sister, I said, now you watch and see. Watch what's about to happen. As a matter of fact, I got on here and told it. I said, something is about to happen, and Tennessee is about to pick up a major recruit. Watch and see.
Fact.
And they picked that dude up 2 days after he left. He decommitted from LSU. Tennessee picked this dude up. That dude's name is Tristan Keys.
Yep.
And the reason Bama did not get him, I began to put 2 and 2 together. It was a business problem. It was not a football problem. It was a business problem. Business. That's all Piano Man is just trying to tell y'all. Now, whether you want to do it or not, that's totally up to you. That's just for me. And I'm looking, Bishop, I'm paying attention, Governor, that this thing, and it's not just in football, it's in all sports. Better pay attention. This thing that's happening with Bedicayo at Alabama in basketball, that's nothing compared to what's about to come. And we have Greg Sankey now, who's siding with the NCAA against Bedicayo, who allowed Trinidad Chambliss, the NCAA denied him, but gonna postpone Aguilar and Tennessee. And y'all don't find nothing wrong with this, but you don't sense something strange about this. I do. And I know exactly what it is. But we're going in Friday on a good note. But all I'm saying is this right here. Important words. Do your homework. Do your homework. And homework, from where I'm sitting, has a way of making you to become more realistic. So with that being said, Governor, pardon words from you, sir.
Like I always do. I woke up this morning, so that's a blessing. I don't care what else happens. I was able to see my kids and my family this morning, so I'm always blessed to have that. Blessed to talk with you fellas here. It's always a entertaining and knowledgeable podcast. More so a conversation. I don't even want to say podcast. This is a conversation.
Yeah.
People need to understand, man, what you see on TV or social media, you can have. You can have them same dreams and same goals. You have to do your part. That's all that is. I understand we ain't talk X's and O's, but there's no reason to talk X and O's, because X and O's is something that for your entertainment on TV. We're talking about life right now. And that's what you living in, life. So, love everybody in the chat. Do what's best for you. Love your loved ones. Take care of your loved ones. And most importantly, love yourself, man.
Yep.
Love yourself.
Yeah.
Love
okay. Yourself. That's what I say to people. When you go on an airplane and you sit in that emergency exit, what the airplane tell you? You take care of yourself first. You secure yourself first before helping others.
Yep.
They tell you that. Okay. So that's what y'all need to do. Secure yourself first, man. Everything else will fall right in place. Trust me. Love y'all.
True words spoken from the governor. Go ahead, Bishop.
Hey, first and foremost, big salute to all podcast creators. Believe it or not, thank you, Piano Man, for allowing me to just drop. It's time that we start building a community, a conglomerate community, to where we have so many tools in the toolbox that we are extensions of one another, because we don't know what you have to add to the kitty. So don't think that you don't have something. Understand you are more than what you put on paper. You have an incorruptible seed that says you are a champion and that you're a winner. And like people will find you as long as you keep shining your light and realize you have something to add.
I couldn't put it any better, Bishop. I couldn't have said it any better, Governor. I want to say this. I want to thank everybody in the chat. I'm learning to, you know what? Strength is not always just in numbers, but strength is a mentality. And it doesn't take a lot of people just to be strong. I mean, it looks good, but I'm thankful for what I have and for who I have. And for all of you that are in the chat this morning, thank you for coming this morning. And as always, remember this. Hey, stay focused, drive, and go forward in the name of the Lord. And remember, you can do all things through Christ that gives you strength. I promise you can. Now, that don't mean that you might not cuss somebody out along the way, but hey, life happens. But ask God to give you strength, and he'll help you bear all of that. And remember this kitchen is big enough for everybody to cook in, for everybody to get something to eat. And that's what you want, is for everybody to eat. So to all other podcasters and out there, do your thing. And if you know what you're doing, hey, just bring you to the table. Bring what you have to the table. Somebody's going to appreciate you. Okay? And so with that being said, hey, just remember, Piano Man ain't no expert. I just know what I'm talking about. And I might not speak right, but I still know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, everybody have a great day. Bobby Sprinkle, I'm still waiting on that announcement. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? I'm not sure if I missed it, but let's be sure and tune in to all of our podcasters, to all of our content creators. Tune in to them. Not just me. I try to support everybody. Now that I'm back in school and I'm trying to get finished and everything, I don't get a chance to be on others as much, but I do everything to still support with my presence, whether I'm in the chat or I support financially. And just to let them know, hey, man, hey, sis, I got you. And so today was a show of a different order, and we're going to be doing that from time to time in the off season. And so if I come on tomorrow, it will be strictly Super Bowl. We're going to talk strictly Super Bowl. If I come on tomorrow, but you will get a notification. If I do, we're going to talk strictly Super Bowl, because I really haven't talked about it much, because my team ain't in it, Pittsburgh Steelers. But anyway, we just going to have a good time and everything. I want everybody to have a great day. As always, Governor, as always, Bishop, thank the gumbo chefs for coming. I know Twister was working today. Coach Carl was, he's got a lot of things going on. All the gumbo chefs that takes to make this up. Hey, we do our best to make that good gumbo the real deal. So with that being said, okay, got you, Bobby, got you. We'll wait on your announcement, sir. We'll wait on you. We anxiously await your announcement, Bobby. We got you, brother. We got you. But you have my support, dear brother. You and your wife and your family. You have our support. But with that being said, again, thank everybody for coming, and just continue to be realistic, my friends. Stay realistic in all that you do. Not just about football, but about, as Governor said, this is life. Life. There's life outside of sports. There's life outside of politics, and you must live your own life. So, William Bryant, now is not the time to be talking about three-stroke Charlie.
All right.
Three-stroke Charlie even has a life, Bishop and Governor. I don't know how much of a life he had, but three-stroke Charlie even have a life. So anyway, for all of you that are, if your team is in the Super Bowl, congratulations to you. May your team win.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you. But me personally, Seahawks, do your thing, players. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Let's get it. I'm pulling for the Seahawks, especially for Jalen Milroe, Robbie Oops. Who else is on the Seahawks? I forgot the other guys. I think it's 3 of them on the Seahawks, I think. But Carla says she's excited about the Super Bowl commercials. I am too. Love the commercials. But anyway, if we be on tomorrow, we're going to talk strictly Super Bowl. I want everybody to have a great day. Governor, go do your thing. Bishop, go do your thing. All y'all in the chat, go do your thing. We will see you soon. We love y'all. And so with that being said, the kitchen is closed. The chefs are gone for the day. And Piano Man is out. Everybody, please hit that like button on your way out. That's how we make it happen around here. What you make happen for someone else, God will see to it. It'll happen for you.
And subscribe.
And so with that being said, J. Cole, shalom unto you. Governor, I'm going to text you in a minute because I need a little information from you, sir. You said something earlier. It sparked a thought. And I just asked this question the other day to a friend of mine. And I said, okay, so God answered my prayer. And I got to do one more thing. Wait a minute. You know, I got to be fair. Wait just a second. Wait a minute. Let
me know when I need to turn.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Doggone it. Wait, where did it go? Did it? Where? Oh, man. I done lost it. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Susan, I got to be fair.
I'm fire. I feel it in the air. Telephone wires above. All sizzling like a snare. Honey, I'm fire. I feel it in the air. Telephone wires above. All sizzling like a snare.
Susan, don't say we did not accommodate you, you know, and all that good stuff. And so anyway, that was for Susan and for all those ladies that like the Chippendales for whatever the reason, you know. Only thing Chippendales can do for me, tell me which way their mama went. Anyway, y'all have a great day.
I appreciate you.
Have a great day. Bishop, Governor, thank y'all again. And may y'all
shalom.
Shalom to everybody. Once again, the kitchen is closed. The chefs are out for the rest of the day. And Piano Man is out this joint. I don't know where you're going, but you can't stay here. I'll see y'all later. Roll Tide. God bless. Y'all have a great day.